Do you hear that sound? That's the sound of anticipation. It's your one last moment to catch a breath before the unknown becomes known. Because once that green flag drops, everything is suddenly on the line. Your fenders may fold, your bumpers may break. Watch that car spinning, and watch the one flying over your head. It's a race of attrition, and all that matters is that you beat second place to the line. And you say you want to become champion, so what else are you waiting for? Let's go chase for the cup. Winning the Daytona 500 is a dream to many, but true to so few. Here we are for NASCAR Miscraft Cup Series racing of the Daytona International Speedway. This is round 1 of 12 for the 9th season of the NASCAR Miscraft Cup Series. We have 36 drivers ready to do battle here after 42 entries whittled themselves down to 36 from the Daytona Duels a couple of days ago. And welcome to the first race of the season. Be sure to hit like and subscribe on the channel so that you can keep up with the rest of this Miscraft Cup Series season. It's going to be a good one here today, the premier event of the season, and we've got a ton of great names and some drivers in new places here to form ourselves the first race of the season. Here is the first driver to look out for. It is Chase Elliott. He survived the duels to retain his starting position, the pole position for the Daytona 500. He finished 7th in Duel 1 with a clean enough race car to get himself here today. Then you have Ryan Blaney, your now two-time Miscraft Cup Series champion, Season 4 and Season 8 titles. And so I suppose we'll see him in Season 12 to see if he can get himself his third Miscraft Cup Series trophy. And here is your reigning Daytona 500 winner. He starts deep in the field today, 19th position for Daniel Suarez. His last win was a couple of years ago in this exact race, so we'll see what he's able to do there. And let's go and take a look at the starting lineup. Starting at the tail end of the field, you get Ty Gibbs and Ross Chastain. Then you have Carson Hocevar in his first Miscraft Cup Series start with J.J. Yaley. Then you have Chris Buescher and Todd Gillen. You're in the top 30 now. It's Christopher Bell and Austin Cindric. Then you have Kyle Busch and Eric Jones. Ahead of them will be Austin Dillon and Brad Keselowski. And then you're going to have the 84 Jimmy Johnson, who raced his way to the Daytona 500, a newcomer, Blake Garcia. Then you have Chase Briscoe and John Hunter Nemechek. Then you have Daniel Suarez and David Aragon. Ryan Preece and Travis Pastrana. And ahead of them will be Michael McDowell and Noah Gragson, now driving the number 10. And then you have Harrison Burton and Tyler McDonald, another newcomer to the series. And then you have Martin Truex Jr. and Ricky Stenhouse. And now here's the top 10 starters with all their sponsors. William Byron for Hendrick Motorsports starts 10th. Then you have Ryan Blaney in the 12 machine. He is your two-time Miscraft Cup Series champion. Then you have Tyler Reddick there in the number 45 machine starting 8th position. His teammate Bubba Wallace starts one spot ahead of him in 7th. You have Kyle Larson there in the 5 machine. And in your top 5, it's going to be Josh Berry in the 4 machine. And then up ahead of him is going to be the 48 of Alex Bowman. He was the duel number 2 winner in Daytona. Then be duel number 1 winner Denny Hamlin starting in 3rd. And then your front row locked from qualifying speed is Joey Logano on the 22. And then the 9 of Chase Elliott for Hendrick Motorsports, who leads them to the green flag today here in Daytona. And here is the race information for tonight. It's going to be 12 laps, 36 drivers, a stacked field here in Daytona, and the choose cone is back in effect here at this 2.5 mile, 31-degree banked Daytona International Speedway. It is sure to be a fantastic race here today in Daytona Beach. And here you can see the 7 unique Miscraft Cup Series champions. One of them, Ryan Blaney, sitting dead center of these 7, is your 2-time Miscraft Cup Series champion. Will we have another duplicate champion this season, or will we find ourselves getting ourselves an 8th unique winner? If you head on down to DIECAST.com and use the code NMCS Racing, you can get discounted shipping on hats, t-shirts, diecast, and more. And now it's time for Larry Mack to get these engines fired.
Reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time. Drivers, start your engines!
There he is, as energetic as usual, getting these cars fired up, and we're rolling off here in Daytona. 36 machines getting ready to go to work here and be let loose to run wild here on the high banks in Daytona, Florida. It's the Great American Race, and they're all fighting for one trophy. Here we are, this is it, 12 laps to go for this Daytona race to figure out who's going to be the winner. Let's take a look at the Daytona Duels. A couple of days ago, Denny Hamlin dueled his Toyota Joe Gibbs Racing teammate to take home the checkered flag on duel number 1. Then it was Alex Bowman coming home with duel number 2 after some melee midway through the race, taking out Ross Chastain, who starts tail end of the field. And it was Alex Bowman and the Hendrick machine getting it done in duel number 2. And you see here Chase Elliott choosing the top side for the initial start to join his Hendrick Motorsport drivers on the top side. He'll have 3 of them to work with, and guess what? We're on the loud pedal. Green flag is going in the air. Chase Elliott leads us down to start season number 9. And down through the banking of turns 1 and 2, the Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolets on the top side are rocking down the back straightaway for the first time all the way into full sog at turn number 3 as they all make their way down against that double yellow line off turn number 4. It'll be Chase Elliott leading lap number 1. The crowd's on their feet. And here comes Reddick trying to mount a charge on the top side of the racetrack, side by side with Larson for 3rd. Midway through the pack there, you see Ryan Blaney trying to get a little bit of help there from Noah Gregson to start up an outside 3rd line, and Stenhouse and Byron want a little bit of a piece of that as they work their way into turn number 3. Reddick says he wants some too. He'll jump up top once again here right in front of the 24. Oh, look at the front end of the number 9 machine. Looks like there's a little bit of debris on the grill of the number 9 car, and this is going to spell trouble. He's complaining about his temps, and he's going to have to get to the tail end of the field to get that thing flown off immediately, or else he's going to come down pit road and get that thing taken care of. But it's blowing water already, so this might be trouble. Yeah, there he goes, down onto pit road. Nothing really he could do with just falling back behind, as here comes Tyler Reddick now with the point. Side by side for 2nd. He's going to try to defend that outside lane here in Daytona. And down the backstretch, he'll get down in front of the number 48 car as he's going to try to block for 3 wide. Nobody goes with Byron to the top side of Tyler Reddick. And Stenhouse now going to put the bumper to the number 45 car. Oh, look at Bowman get a little bit sideways there off turn 4 as Reddick leads lap number 4. And a huge move to the inside of it for the lead goes Sticky Stenhouse. He's going to lead into turn number 1. A couple of Chevrolets line up on the inside, and this is the Tyler and Tyler show on the top side as they work their way down into turn 3. Oh, there's trouble. Denny Hamlin hard to the outside retaining wall, and it looks like a couple of other cars go spinning hard on the inside of the racetrack as well. And William Byron sits stalled on the grass, and he'll get back up again. I think I saw Ryan Blaney involved in this one as well, Josh Berry as well. And a big hit I saw for Denny Hamlin, your duel number 1 winner. Oh, wow, look at William Byron get turned. I think he might have been trying to get in between some of the cars there in the middle lane. Yeah, looks like he was trying to get in front of the 19 and just got himself hooked. And look at the 11 car slam into the outside wall. A little bit of contact there with Blaney as well. And a huge crash here entering turn number 3 right there. Man, look at the 11 car pick up off the ground just a little bit as you see the 24 and the 4 cars escape through the grass. And all the cars involved here, Josh Berry, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, and William Byron, those 4 drivers are going to be the ones involved. It looks like it is Denny Hamlin and Ryan Blaney that will be the 2 cars out. And for the first time in a couple seasons, here comes the choose cone. Stenhouse goes bottom with a couple of Hendrick Motorsport engines behind him. And then it's the Tyler duo on the top side, Reddick and McDonald. They'll lead us down to the green flag. Road restart on lap number 7. We 6 laps to go in Daytona, and we are back underway with Stenhouse leading the charge. Good run to turn 1, deadlock behind Stenhouse as they work their way onto the back straightaway. Reddick on the top side did not get that great of a restart, as it's now 2 car single file as Bowman tries to make his way around the Stenhouse machine, but he's blocking back and forth, going to retain the lead. Oh, Bowman tries again. Oh, look at him, really sideways off turn 4. Now here comes Wallace through the gut. He'll take over 3rd, now 2nd as they enter turn number 1. Stenhouse going to continue to try to pull away from that outside lane with help from Alex Bowman, but Bowman does not want to work with him here, it seems. Side by side, dragging each other back there for 2nd place. Here comes Stenhouse at the top side of the racetrack. Bowman is going to be locked now in 3rd. Oh, and Larson gets shot out of line. Back up into traffic, and Martin Truex Jr. cartwheels under the catch fencing and barrel rolls onto the ground. And the caution flag is flown, and now the red flag immediately thrown out onto the racetrack. The cars will stop on the backstretch, and we'll slow it down here in Daytona. A massive, massive crash on the front straightaway. Martin Truex Jr. turtled that race car right at pit road exit here. Let's take a deep breath here and take a look at this replay. All right, you see there, David Reagan just shot the 5 car down to the grass, and after that, Larson had no control whatsoever, and that car shot back to the right. Let's take a look from another angle here into the tri-oval. You see Larson get shot out, spinning the rear tires, trying to save it, but Martin Truex Jr. just climbs over the right rear tire and flies over the rest of the field and into the catch fencing. Right there, just right over top of that right rear tire, over top of Ryan Preece's car. And so many cars have to evade through the grass in the infield here. Man, just a vicious flyover, essentially, over Ryan Preece there. But Truex did walk out of the car on his own power, and there it is on the flatbed. That car is definitely done for the day here in Daytona. We take a look at the cars involved here. A ton of big names here mid-pack, like Larson and Truex, and we're down to the choose cone for the final restart of the day. Oh, and I think Joey Logano might have run over the choose cone, and yes, we're hearing word from NASCAR that he did. Let's take a second look at this right here, right over top of that V. You can't do that. You got to be to either side of that for you choosing your lane on the restart, and he will restart tail end of the field. But up front, it's Ricky Stenhouse Jr. back on the loud pedal with Bubba Wallace to his outside. With 2 laps to go here in Daytona, Bowman gives a huge shove again to get that inside lane cleared by 2, maybe 3 car lengths. Here comes Harrison Burton trying to get an advantage to the outside. And now Travis Pastrana is going to try to make it 3 wide through the middle for second, and he will. White flag in the air. Stenhouse going to try to block all 3 lanes, but he can't. Here comes Burton to the inside. Stenhouse right back to the bottom of the racetrack to take back the lead. Burton right back in line behind the 47. Now he's 3 wide. Bubba Wallace 3 wide to the outside. Here they come down the backstretch for the final time. They're shaking it up on the inside lane, allowing Bubba Wallace to clear turn 4, and Stenhouse spins. Here comes 2311, and Bubba Wallace will cross the line first and win the Daytona 500. And for his first career Miscraft Cup Series win as well. Let's see how we got it done here at the World Center of Racing. Harrison Burton threw some shots at this 47 of Stenhouse to try to take over the lead, but then he got split 3 wide off turn 2 on the last lap, and everyone got discombobulated on the bottom, allowing 2311 to push and double down and win here in Daytona. And Season 9 off to a great start for Bubba Wallace, top of the standings, top of the leaderboard, top of everything here at the World Center of Racing. Here's all of his sponsors. Thank you all for signing up for him. He finishes first here today in Daytona. Then there's teammate Tyler Reddick pushing him to the victory. And wow, what a great finish for the Toyota camp as well. McDonald in his first official points race for Texas Heat Racing finishes 3rd. And Alex Bowman, solid, amazing weekend for him, finishes in 4th place. Chase Elliott started on pole, and he made his way all the way back to the front. Didn't even realize it. And he comes back to finish 5th. There's Eric Jones there finishing in the 6th position. We have Harrison Burton in the 21 car finishing 7th. A great showing for the Wood brothers there for that young driver. You know, Chase Briscoe, a quiet but solid day there. And the same thing as well for Travis Pastrana. He had a sniff at victory, but couldn't quite get there and get up to help his 2311 teammates. And Kyle Busch rounds out your top 10. A fantastic run for him as well. A solid run of the points. And we'll see definitely what all those drivers will be able to do later on in the season. Here are your full race results here from the Daytona International Speedway. You've seen the top 10 here. You see a little bit of a full classification for all of these drivers. 11th through 20th here. William Byron rebounds to get an 11th place finish here. Blake Garcia in his first points race finishes 14th. A solid day for him. David Reagan back in the series finishes 15th. Now here you get back to some of the cars that did wreck in this race. Joey Logano didn't recover any spots off that restart. You see Stenhouse there finishes towards the tail end of the lead lap as well after his spin off of turn number 4. And the point standings will be mostly the same here in Daytona following this race. They'll start shaking up after race number 2. And it'll be Bubba Wallace on top of the leaderboard by 5 points here. 12 points above the cut line. And the chase is new this season. And you'll see that orange is where you're going to want to be for the rest of the season here. Try to get into that top 8 after the first 8 races of the season. Well, what an exhilarating race, what an exhilarating week here from the Daytona International Speedway. It was a fantastic one. Toyota getting 2 of the 3 wins with Denny Hamlin, and then Bubba Wallace winning the Daytona 500. Next up will be the Crayon 301 from the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Going to be fantastic going up northeast for the first time in a few seasons. And it's going to be great for the Miscraft Cup Series returning to that magic mile once again. And, well, that's it here from Daytona. Hope you enjoy the Daytona races in real life. And if you're at the Daytona International Speedway, I'm sure I'll see you there because I'll be there spectating the Daytona Speed Week here in real life as well. But that's it here from the Miscraft Cup Series. Next will be that New Hampshire Motor Speedway race in a couple weeks' time. So thank you all for watching here from the Miscraft DIECAST Racing channel. And that's about all I got here to say. Once again, congratulations to the 23 team and all of its sponsors. Bubba Wallace is the Miscraft Cup Series winner. And until New Hampshire, we'll see you next time.